Hello, computer.
Hi, computer.
It's still October, which means there's still some spooky Halloween gimmicks on the go. And, it's the middle of October now, so Halloween is really literally around the corner. And I'm happy about that. Are you?
Well, we all know the people out there don't, but we know I love Halloween.
Well,
My favorite time of the year. It's the most magical time of the year.
There you go. People need to get to know, don't they?
Yeah. People need to understand that Halloween is the best time of year.
And as you can see, Daniel, top of the Gimmicks Cornfield, he's not here, but we send him our best wishes and love during this time. I am Rob Campbell.
And I am your bastard, Craig Challoner.
And Craig, what are we here for, buddy?
We are doing a bit of top of the gimmicks. And today is single male wrestler, your top 5 single male wrestler. Before we kick this shit off, 1 and 2 is pretty obvious, really, isn't it, for both of us?
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be maybe a different order, 1 and 2, but we shall see how that goes.
Well, as you know, Craig, I'm such a constant professional. I do this weeks in advance of even knowing what the roulette wheel is going to tell us. So 5 minutes before hitting record on this episode, I wrote down my top 5, and that is the order that I've gone with. So there we go.
Yeah, Rob's a better man than me. I can't do that. You see, if I did that, I'd be saying them out loud to you people to get off, change my mind. And then tomorrow, I'd be like, Rob, we've got to do it again because I've changed my mind. I need at least a week. And I'm still looking at it now going, is that my 4 and 5? It is. I'm pretty sure it is. But I had to spanner to the works. Marie also threw a motherfucker at me. Now, everyone knows my head's fucked anyway. And like when I start overthinking, I get fucking... It took me the entire week to do the Royal Rumbles. Yeah. So Marie went.
As on top of watching some of them back, yeah, if not all of them back.
I only watched 4 or 5. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. No, I'll watch it.
Getting into it and shit. But yeah, while I was struggling to find my 4 and 5, Marie went, well, who would you most like to meet? And I went, no, that's a different list. Don't say that. Don't say that. And she went, yeah, but whoever you'd most like to meet, surely that'd be in your list. I was like, no, it's a different list. So then I couldn't get that out of my head. So then I had to write that list.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you can't do that to me because like it sends me all fucking thingy. And then I got thinking, I was like, it's like my mate Rushmore. That'd be different as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to write them all down just because Marie fucked my head that much. I was like, I have to put them down because if I don't,
it's criteria and stuff, isn't it? So I don't know about you, but criteria for me when we've talked about top 5 singles wrestler, I've mainly gone with in-ring ability and what they brought from a psychology point of view in the ring, as well as what their character brought on the mic and outside the ring.
Yeah.
And there is going to be some people that don't make this list that you're not going to be happy with. I'm not going to lie to you. However, you know what to do. Fucking tell us your top 5, motherfuckers.
Fucking 2, right? I've got my top 5 plus an extra 8.
Oh. Can I hear your extra 8?
Ooh,
just who they are. Just who they are. No context. Just who they are.
Okay. Benoit, Orton, Ziggler, Jake, Mick, Triple H, Piper, perfect.
Wow. Strong.
Yeah.
All of those names, strong. Yeah. Including that very first one that you said.
Yeah.
Strong. All strong names.
That was nearly my 5.
None of those 8 are in my top 5.
Good shit.
One of them very close. One of them definitely very close. Jake the Snake Roberts for me.
Promo.
Very close to being in there.
Yeah.
But he's not.
He's one of my favourite promo of all time. Spoiler alert for top 5 promos at some point, but Jake will be in there.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, no.
So,
yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Let's throw back and forwards because I need to say my top 5, my number 5 before I change my mind again.
Okay.
So my number 5 is The Undertaker.
Nice.
It's the fucking Undertaker. It's not wrestling ability. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not exactly bad in the ring. It's everything from his entrance to his character to the way he moves to the way he wrestles. fuck, it's the Undertaker. He is, without a doubt. You have Andre, you have Taker. That's the way it goes as far as icon goes for me. So number 5 for me is the Undertaker.
Okay. Well, Mark has not made my list on this occasion, if I'm completely honest, so that's good. However, his good friend Paul has made my list at number 5. If you're not familiar with who Paul is, then he's running the goddamn business these days. It's Triple H, motherfuckers. What can you say about a 13, 14 time world heavyweight champion?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely incredible. And when Shawn Michaels dropped the ball, he certainly picked up the ball and ran with it and made that era from 99, when he really come out of his shell and into the character fully, all the way through the Ruthless Aggression era. He was the main heel on Monday Night Raw. Said he didn't want to work Tuesday night, so JBL had to, and he fucking cracked on with it. And then even when he went to a part-time schedule, DX, the influence when the PG era of DX, and even up to end of an era, fucking B+ player, everything he's been involved with, gold. NXT.
Is he my X-Rate?
Was he in your X-Ray? I didn't hear him mentioned. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Maybe I missed him when I read him out, but yeah, he's there.
But maybe there'll be a couple that I didn't quite pick up on that make my 5.
You just got excited. You got excited by Chris Benoit. That's what it was.
I did get excited by Chris Benoit, to be fair. It was Triple H. It was Randy Orton right after Chris Benoit, wasn't it?
Yeah, Benoit, Orton, Ziggler, Jake, Mick, Triple H, Piper, perfect.
Okay, that's why.
Not necessarily, and just so everyone else knows as well, because it'll fuck me over if you think it. That is not the order.
That's not number 6 down.
Don't start me with that shit.
Wow. Okay. So number 4 for me. Ooh yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Dig it.
The same.
Oh, really? Class.
Jumping straight on that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, good. So our number 4s are the same too. Wow, That's incredible. What can we say about him other than the fact that he's got, the greatest rap album by a professional wrestler ever?
Fact.
Never mind his in-ring ability and work in the 80s and 90s.
Mate, he was one of the reasons that WCW did so well during their 83 weeks.
Absolutely.
But he was there fucking owning it with DDP. Let's face it, he's amazing. In-ring ability, he's outstanding.
That's it. Even in 1997, he was having fantastic matches.
Yeah. Even when he was done with wrestling, he was fucking quality. Calling out to Hulk Hogan all the time, making rap album. The man is amazing.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic voices in wrestling as well.
Without a doubt. Everybody knows who the Macho Man Randy Savage is. And if you don't, you'll know who Bonesaw is. 3 minutes in the cage with me, bitch.
We do love a bit of Spidey.
We do. So, that's number 4.
Yeah, which on me. So, number 3 for me is Steve Austin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He again, it's another one where I was umming and ahhing, but everything about Steve during his fucking run was just outstanding. Yeah. I loved his transition as well from being a wrestler to being a brawler. He did it so well. He did it effortlessly. I know he didn't have a lot of choice, but no, you wouldn't have known unless you followed him earlier on in his WCW days. Seen him in his WCW days, he was a wrestler, and he was a good fucking wrestler.
He was,
and he did show that later on in his career as well, because he had a match against Benoit on SmackDown, which was fucking outstanding. He had a wrestling match, and it was dead good.
Dead good.
And obviously, as far as draw goes, without a doubt, the biggest draw ever. Granted, it was only over a short period of time, but if he would have carried on, I wouldn't have seen him dropping off.
No.
Even when he did that, even when he turned heel after WrestleMania, and people went, "That's a bit shit," they still fucking loved him.
Yeah, they did.
Fucking loved him.
Because they were waiting for him to turn back round.
SRB, exactly. Fucking quality. So Steve Austin, my number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is not Stone Cold Steve Austin. It is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Indeed. 16-time world heavyweight champion. I think, when you think back to the NWA and the history of that promotion and all the things that he did on top there, and not only going over, but putting people over along the way, all the way up until that retirement match at WrestleMania 24, because nothing else happened after that, believe it or not.
That's his last match.
that's his last match ever. That was the perfect way to go out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So yeah, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, big part of Evolution as well, as we mentioned Triple H earlier, which brought along the likes of Randy Orton and Batista, who could easily be in some people's top 5, especially the younger generation, because again, these names that I'm throwing out there, this suits my era. These people made me feel something on a weekly, monthly basis watching professional wrestling. So when someone turns around and tells me that their favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio, okay, I can buy that, because you're 10 years younger than me, or you're 7 years younger than me, whatever it is. I get that he would have made you feel something back in 06, for example, because whereas my head in 06 was like, it's cool, but that's Eddie's rub. Do you know what I'm saying? So I had a different perspective, whereas these 5 motherfuckers I loved through thick and thin, no matter what.
100%. I ain't gonna knock that. I mean, I know I'll give you some stick every so often with Flair, but that's more for shits and giggles, because we all know Flair is one of the greatest. Like, for me, he doesn't quite make the Mount Rushmore, but I reckon he's definitely right up there. It's like Dusty and Flair for me are on par. Look, for me personally, they're on par. And if there's a separate wing, just for as far as I'm concerned, there is a separate wing for them too, because they are so just special,
unique.
Yeah, they are so special. It's without a doubt. But so yeah, solid there.
Okay then. So number 2 and number 1 are the same.
Yep.
But what order have I wrote them in?
Oh.
Okay. So I've actually put Shawn Michaels at number 2 for some strange reason. That's just the way that my fingers typed it out. Maybe it's because B becomes before S. Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. That's just what has happened on this particular occasion. So I've gone with Shawn Michaels at number 2. I'm sticking with it. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're still joint top for me at the end of the day.
100%.
I can't split the 2 individuals, but Shawn Michaels is number 2 today, and that's just the way that I've wrote it. So it's as simple as that. I don't need to talk about the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, because if you don't know him, then I can't understand why you're watching this. For one. Secondly, he's the greatest of all time, or is it? Because I've put him at number 6. So there you go.
This is the thing in it with Shawn. It's like, obviously mine's the same. But this is it with Shawn. He's like, overall, he really is the greatest of all time.
Mr.
It's
WrestleMania,
just like you say, it's making you feel something. Yeah. And for me, number 1 made me feel something a little bit more than Shawn. Not by a lot. Don't get me wrong, not by a lot, but emotion-wise, Bret Hart, obviously,
and that's the
my
thing.
number 1.
If I pick out 96, if I picked out 96 as the year to say that made me feel something the most as a kid, right? Just in general, because it pretty much did. If I'm playing Total Extreme Wrestling, which is a booking game, a wrestling booking game, then the era or the year that I normally start with is 1996. And I love 1996. 1995 was terrible. So bad that 1996 was awesome, right? You watch it back and you go, it's average. Like, it's absolutely fine to say that it's average until you get to the top level. Well, after fucking WrestleMania, Bret done one. Right, Shawn was carrying the company through storms, through shitting on Vader in the middle of the main event at SummerSlam, through Wrestling Bulldog, through this, through that. Do you know what I mean? So Shawn carried the company in 96 and he gets a lot of stick for it. And, it was the time that WCW, obviously the NWO turn had happened. They were heading up and WWF were, what we doing here, lads? We need to change something.
Quite a bit, weren't they?
100% there was, but Shawn Michaels can never, that's one of the biggest achievements in his career, as far as I'm concerned, keeping the WWF afloat within that time period. Yeah. It really is a big thing. And then obviously Bret come back, and the 2 of them together, up until Survivor Series 97, were obviously turning the heat on and up. And then from there, WWF obviously had their way. But yeah, number 1, if you haven't guessed it already, is Bret the Hitman Hart for both of us.
Yeah, fucking 2, right? Like you said as well, with their feud as it was going, is it the biggest work in history? I hope so. That'd be amazing. That'd be the greatest thing ever. But living it, I'm pretty confident it it's not a work.
I want to see Bret Hart do the TikTok right, because I've seen it today. It's going round again where he goes, "Hey, Brock Lesnar, have you got one of these?" And it's a Simpsons toy, right? I hope Bret Hart in the future does a TikTok and goes, "Hey, fucking Marks, remember when me and Shawn Michaels hated each other? That was a work, bitches."
Oh, mate, it'd be amazing. But yeah, Bret did something a little bit special for me. He touched me. But he really did. There was like something a bit more special for me for Bret. I don't know why. I was just drawn to him. I think it's because for me, Bret was around. Well, he wasn't around earlier, but he was there from the start for me in wrestling.
Yeah.
Really, realistically. So Bret was just that one. Like Shawn was part of the Rockers, which were cool. I like the Rockers, but they weren't the Hart Foundation.
Yeah. So for me, like the first videotape that I was ever given was WrestleMania 8. So out the two of them, Shawn Michaels was in the opener against Tito Santana, and Bret the Hitman Hart was in the Intercontinental Championship match against Roddy Piper. Both good matches, but yeah, all right, Bret and Piper was special. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good match, it was special. And then going back and getting like SummerSlam 91 on video and going back even further and revisiting the history. Yeah, Bret was the standout along the way. You could tell Shawn always had that ego and that problem as well, up until finding God, of course.
Yeah, you gotta love God.
You gotta love him.
Apparently, man, Bret had that thing about him as well, where he could get a match out of anyone.
Absolutely,
he could really. Not that Shawn was bad at that, but Shawn would get frustrated.
Shawn would get frustrated. Big difference. There you go. Called it out earlier. Yeah, big difference.
Yeah,
and he did it time and time again.
Yeah, he wasn't not shy about it. He'd either do it right there during the match, or he'd stand outside the ring and complain. Like there was those little things.
I've made the right decision here by putting them the way that I put them, so I'm happy.
I'm happy with that. I feel like the top 5 would have been a bit different if we would have had another Mr. Cornfield.
I honestly, seriously, the next episode that we do at Top of the Gimmicks, before we go into our top 5, he's giving us his top 5 singles wrestlers. And I'll tell you now, Phineas Godwin's obviously number 1. That's obvious. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, Road Warrior Hawk will be number 2.
Road Warrior Hawk will be number 2. Max Mini might be on there.
Oh, mate, I hope he is. He deserves to be.
I think so. Bonafide Hall of Famer, of course.
He's my number 2 on my mini wrestlers.
I think Raven's got to make the cut, right?
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah. There's like Raven will make the cut. And someone out the Public Enemy. Not sure which one, but one of them.
He's going to stick 8-ball in there as well, just to really mess with our fucking heads.
Oh, can't have the Harris brothers.
The Harris brothers, yeah, man. Fuck
you know where I was going with that, though.
Yeah, I knew where that was going.
Yeah, exactly. Booker T, I'm coming for you.
Don't we always?
But what are we spinning then?
I was just going to say, we've got to get a wheel on the go next. So what's left on the little wheel? Give it a spin, Robert. Let's see where it goes. It's spun, and it has stopped on single female.
Oh, shit. Wow, okay.
So, male to female. Okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I feel like this one might be a little bit of a harder list to do.
I've wrote 2 down already.
Fucking I'll get you. Head of the game. I'm going to have a moment. I'm going to wait and think about it.
Guess. I wonder if you can guess.
2.
Yeah. 2 that have come to me straight away that definitely have to be in there.
Trish and Lita.
Okay. One of them. Not both of them.
Ooh, I like it. Victoria.
Oh, no. No.
We'll save this for the people. They shouldn't get a sneak peek.
So until then, I'm Rob Campbell.
And I've been your bastard, Craig Challoner.
See you next time, bitches.
You may be leaving for now, but the nightmares will return.